So it's a good little tip you guys should see. As we see FoRePLayy pick up a wonderful headshot before they have FoRePLayy up the AK-47. And FoRePLayy is continuing to dominate everyone right now.
What up, channel? This is FoRePLayy, and this is the pro scene number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the last one. I hope this idea really comes off as something good that you like. I know that a lot of my subscribers are not just competitive players, and some of you guys are public players. So I think what I'm going to do is another series is try to just do some public gameplay for those of you that like that, and then just kind of talk about guns and break down what I use and why. But outside of that, I'm here with Sharp again. Basically, in this one, we're going to cover how to get known. The last one we did was about like getting a team and how to get started. So this one is going to be how to get known.
Alright, what up guys? So basically in the last episode we talked about playing in all the tournaments that you can play in. Whether it's game battles, and sometimes for the game battles tournaments you're going to have to pay credits, but there are free tournaments such as 360 Icons, which I think are the best thing for getting your name out there because one, they're live streamed through Ego and just numerous people that he has live streaming for him.
Yep.
So there's thousands of people watching those every weekend. Plus it's free, and people usually check up on who wins those. Like I'll just hear like random names all the time. This guy wins all these ICNs. This guy wins all these ICNs. It even makes me think like this guy he could be good. He could be good one day.
Yeah, and don't be like, honestly, when it comes down to it, like I'll just be blunt. Playing and winning is what everyone wants, and that's what's going to impress people. So get your team, start scrimming, start playing in these tournaments, and start putting in the work that it takes, because anything worth it is going to take work. I know you guys have heard that saying, and it's so true when it even comes to video games and trying to be a pro player. The best way to impress players, whether it be pros, amateurs, is just do well in all your games that you're playing. Put down like your time and your focus and doing well. And even if it involves kill whoring, and this is what I'm going to say, and a lot of people like touch this topic and they're like, yeah, but you're not helping your team win. To be honest, when you're playing a pro player, I've played some amateur kids before. I don't want to put their name out there right now just because, I don't know, I'm not like saying it, but I've played some pro players, even with Sharp on my team, and I've been like, damn, that kid is really good. Let's pick him up, just as a joke. Like, let's get that guy on our team. And I've done the same thing in pubs, man. I've been like, oh, Johnny 87352, get the hell on my team, just because he like kill whoring isn't necessarily a bad thing if that's what you're doing to impress somebody. And same with, if you play objective, run down and back with flags and just show that you're good at what your role is. Because I've been playing teams and I've been so frustrated. There's a kid named Striker, and he's a pro, obviously. He's not an amateur, but like this dude, I call him Mr. Down and Back, because he'll go grab your flag, we'll kill him, and he'll already be at your flag grabbing it again, trying to run back. So he's so objective oriented that it's kind of just like it's good because you know what he's doing and you know that he's a good player when it comes to that. So I think don't be scared to like kill whore or run objective and stuff like that just to impress only pro players. I don't think you should do that when you're playing other AM teams and semi-pro teams, just because like your team will probably get pissed, say, hey, why are you kill whoring? So, but yeah, if you want to go ahead.
Oh well, something I wanted to talk about is don't try too hard to impress. Like don't try to overdo yourself and kill whore, because people can tell when you're not even trying to play. If it's capture the flag, and people can tell when you're not even trying to play the game and you're purposely going around flags just trying to get kills, and that just doesn't look good on your part, because then me as a pro, when I play against an amateur that does that, I can tell that, well, this guy doesn't really care about winning this. All he cares about is trying to kill us and be like, oh, I got 40 kills against you guys, la-di-da.
That is true, and that's another good. That's why I'm glad we did this series together or whatever in some of these videos, because your opinion is going to be different from mine in some of these things, and it's good to have those, because I could be wrong in a sense, but like I remember players that they kill whore. Like I remember someone that they put up like 30, you know what I mean? Or like if we're streaming it and someone's like, damn, that amateur kid just put up 30 on them. Who is that? All of a sudden your name is getting out there, and that's what it's about, getting your name out there.
Yeah.
And that's how you're going to climb up in the ranks, man. There's been so many players that have came out of nowhere, and you start on these teams with like nobodies, and they're so much better than their teammates, and slowly they just keep moving up. And they're even pros today. Like, I'm not going to call people out, but I've had pros get lessons from me before. just back in the day, like in COD 4, where like I've had literally like pros get lessons from me and say, hey, how do you do this and that? And they were nobodies then. And then it's funny to watch him move up the ranks. I'm like, oh my God, that's him. You know what I mean? It's good though. At the same time, like it's not bad. But yeah. And then also we want to talk about using social networking to your advantage if you want to discuss that.
Yeah, Twitter and YouTube. You use YouTube. If you have a capture card or you have the ability to get a capture card, you know, making videos is not a hard thing to do. Even if you're not doing commentary. Obviously, don't record videos with like an iPhone. I get videos all the time sent to me where the dude's got like his brother's holding an iPhone behind them. Don't do that. But if you can get a capture card, that's a good way to get your gameplay out there. And also Twitter. Most of the pros use Twitter. We're constantly tweeting if we're team scrimming, looking for a team scrim. All the time, I'll tweet out saying that I'm playing pickup scrims. Send me a message for an invite. You know, that's just a good way to get your name out there to get in another pro player's game.
Yeah, no matter how stupid you think Twitter is, even if you make it just to follow these people and check up on when they're doing open lobbies, but you can like get into like an open scrim and you can show your skills, show whatever. You can also it can hurt you too. Like if you go in there and go like 0-30. Then people will probably remember that too. But a lot of these people are live streaming, and it's good to just get your name out there. But don't tweet at pros and say, hey, I want to join, or I want to be on your team, or this and that. Because quite frankly, Sharp told me not to say this, but they just don't care. They don't care about you, and that it's a harsh reality. But they just, because there's so many, it's so oversaturated with players. Like he said about 20K amateur players. Like there's 20,000 amateur players. I don't know how true that is or how but when you think about it, let's say 5,000 of those players have tweeted you throughout the course of 3 months or so. Then like that's a lot of players. So you're not going to stand out any different than that. You know what I mean? But if you do say, hey, are you looking for a team scrim? I'd like to scrim you. Or something like that, and just treat them like individuals, then I think that's a different way of trying to show your skill and maybe get your name out there a little bit better.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times a day I get people that tweet me and say, hey man, why don't pros ever give amateurs a shot? You know, give me a shot. And then I'll either respond back with, I'm not going to be on today, or we're not looking for one, and then they'll just like respond back, wow man, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like FoRePLayy said, there's just so many amateur players. Like there's not enough time. So really, you have to make yourself be noticed. You have to make yourself stick out.
Yeah, and it's gonna be hard work. Like it's not like gaming is one of those things where you can just get on, be the best, and call it a day. You know what I mean? Win championships and do that. It's kind of just like you got to build your career, and that's why like when people say gaming is not a sport, I agree it's not a sport. You know what I mean? Like I used to play football, like college football, so like I'm kind of there with you guys when it comes down to like it's not a sport, but I think it is. It's a hobby and like a professional hobby in its own right. So like it kind of like the term esport you can use it loosely or whatever. But I think like you put in enough time and practice in this that some people like you have to kind of give it the respect as if it is a sport. So that debate's a different topic, like whatever you guys think, obviously. But yeah, for this is just kind of one of those things where we're just trying to help you guys get known, trying to give you our perspective on it. And do you have anything else you wanted to cover at all or no?
I don't know. I just wanted to say NASCAR is a sport, so why can't gaming be a sport?
NASCAR is a sport, but hey, those dudes are talented too. Maybe not Danica Patrick, but that's another topic. Either way,
just use these tips, man. These are just tips. These are the building blocks to help you guys, get known, and just start from here.
All right, Ego Killers. This is FoRePLayy.
This is Sharp.
That's Sharp, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.
We're losing. Fight harder. Time's almost up. Overtime. Capture the flag. Capture the objective. It's a draw. Stand down.